Hey Sagittarius, yes, hennies. How y'all doing today? I'm going to be doing your retrograde palooza, retrograde season readings today. I think this may be the first Sagittarius thing I've done, so that's exciting. Usually I start at the top of the zodiac and I'm done before I reach like Virgo. No, I reached Virgo once. I'm done before I hit like Libra, right? And I've done Aquarius before because I started some readings in Aquarius and then went to Cancer. But yeah, I don't think I've done. I'm just now finishing the Capricorn, so that's why I'm shuffling this out a little bit. I mean, I will be shuffling it regardless, and I'm going to be using the SKT in the space of. Oh, I just saw the Death card and the Eight of Wands. That's y'all energy at the bottom of the deck. Sagittarius, is y'all going a little stir crazy? Y'all about to just run away in the cover of the night. Like, I need freedom. I can't be locked in this house no more. I gotta go. They're like, Sagittarius, wait. And you're like, ain't no more waiting. I've waited for months now. How long have we been in here? I need to experience something. But anyway, I'm using the Spirit Keeper Star, which is this deck, for the space of the Pluto retrograde. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot for the Jupiter retrograde. The Spirit Keep, this is the Spirit Keeper, sorry. The Pride Tarot for the Venus retrograde, and the Kauai Tarot for the Saturn retrograde. And I'm basically going to be looking for the Temperance card, since that is y'all's energy in the majors. And I'm going to be rebalancing the deck around that and pulling the card on the top and the bottom. And let's get started. We have the Healer, Aquarius, first thing out, with the Dynasty and the Reaper, followed by the Moon and the High Priestess and the Empress. Oh, this is a lot of major energy. Like, the Dynasty isn't a major arcana, but I mean, you got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the first 6 cards as majors. The Healer, the Dynasty, I feel like this could speak to family healing, healing in the family area. Then you have the Reaper, a transformation. You have this Moon card. So this transformation could be a very, very deep transformation that's going to lead to things that are unexpected and unknown. And then we have this High Priestess followed by this Empress. And I feel like if you knew that you needed to change in this way, and it is like in the realm of this moon, which is something very, very deep, I feel like it's going to lead to new life in some area that you didn't even expect, that maybe subconsciously you had a knowing of like a direction that you were going in, but maybe you can never get there because this transformation had never happened. And it's almost like now that this transformation has happened, this thing is released to rise to the surface, to be observable. Looking for that Temperance card. It's the Angel. Oh, there she is. It's the Angel in this deck. She came out fairly early. Okay, alright. Alright, I love it. Love it. And then there's that Six of Swords movement. So there's 80 cards in this deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm doing 39 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. I'm getting better every time I do this. Top of the deck is the Ebony Shield, sorry. Bottom of the deck will be this Shining Dew, Knight of Cups, with the Seeker left presiding. This is interesting. I like to start with the SKT because I love anchoring energies into the reading with the SKT, and so I'm going to leave the major in this deck. Let's go with Venus next. I'm going to leave the major in this deck, but for the other ones, I will not leave them on the table. So Bear with me as I get all these out. I always got to set it. I mean, you know, my videos can be like 15 minutes longer if y'all get to see me shuffle like this. I don't know, y'all. Maybe once I get some editing software, I can just like record everything, you know, and then speed it up. So it'd be like 2 minutes instead of 15 minutes. And then just get into it. Alright, so let's go. Card on the bottom is the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about building, followed by the Eight of Swords and the Six of Cups. So again, when it comes to the space of that deeper healing, I feel like there's a direction that you've been wanting to go in, but again, it's almost like you could never get it to work because there was something that was kind of sort of holding you back in ways that you didn't even know it was holding you back. And I'm going to go through these a little bit slower because I'm not 100% sure what the Temperance card looks like in this deck. I think I've gotten it a few times, but this is my newest deck, and so therefore it's the one that I'm least used to sort of seeing. And there she is right there. Boom. Look at the rainbow. I mean, it is the Pride Tarot, so, you know, understandable. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this will be it here. And this will be, hold on, wait. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Awesome. So Aquarius, the star, is going to be at the bottom of the deck. And the star, the healer, was the first card out in the other deck. So that's interesting. Y'all got a lot of Aquarian energy going on. Y'all may be making a lot of wishes. Lots of wishes. Oh, the Four of Cups at the top of the deck. Left at the bottom is the Two of Pentacles, which is all about, in this deck, it's a little bit more fun than just juggling. It's about finding a flow. Instead of finding a balance, it's more about finding a flow, you know? Going with the flow, ebb and flow. It's like, you know, you run outside for a little bit and then, you know, you come back home to the ranch. You know, and it's like the farmer can leave the gate open as long as it knows that its horses will come back. And y'all like, what if I don't want to come back? It's like, okay, be nice, Sagittarius. Come on now. Y'all want to go back. Y'all may not want to be expected. Y'all may not want to have to go back. But you do want to go back. You're like, I want to choose to go back. No, I don't want to go back. I don't want that choice to be made for me. Okay, Sagittarius. Maybe, maybe not. Shoot. Maybe y'all like being in the house. Being a little tame horsey. Show horse. Like the ones that the jockeys have, right? Bottom of the deck is the star. What is going on with y'all? Are y'all like making a lot of wishes? Are y'all making a lot of moves? Are y'all with Aquariuses? Are y'all becoming Aquariuses? Like what is happening? Sagittarius and Aquarius, y'all sextile, right? So you also sextile Libra and oppose Gemini. So as I'm recording this, the full moon that we are having, new moon, sorry, that we're having, Sun in Gemini, Venus is opposing y'all, Mercury opposing y'all, North Node opposing y'all, South Node in, okay. Maybe y'all feeling a lot of pressure, and so, you know, Saturn is in Aquarius, and even though Saturn and Sagittarius don't necessarily get along because Jupiter and Saturn don't necessarily get along because, you know, Saturn would be the sort of the rope around the horse's neck that keeps the horse tied to a certain post when the horse is trying to be free and roam. But it's like, you know, y'all got so much, it's like y'all so under pressure that y'all will gladly run to Saturn right now. It's like, put me on a leash, I don't care, as long as I can go outside. I don't care if it's on a leash. But then we have this Queen of Cups, followed by the King of Swords. So maybe wishing that you were a little more certain in an area of a space of what you would like to do. And again, this is for the Saturn retrograde. Saturn is in Aquarius. Aquarius is future forward, but Saturn is retrograding back to Capricorn. And so maybe there were things that you were feeling with this Queen of Cups very intuitively, sort of. It's like you felt that it could maybe have the potential to move forward in some way, but it just wasn't. And it's almost like when Saturn crosses back into Capricorn, it's like you got a preview of the future, but when Saturn goes back into Capricorn, it will sort of give you that insight. I don't think anything is in Cancer right now, but this is Aquarian energy. And so I've been seeing the King of Swords so much. But it's almost hoping that, like, when Saturn goes back into Capricorn, it'll be able to make it make sense, or it'll give you a sort of guideline to get there. Oh, and look, there's Temperance right there. Y'all at the top of all of these. Okay, I love it. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Because there's only 78 cards in this stack. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Love it. So bottom of the deck is going to be the Fool, which could be Aquarian energy. But it's mostly air. I'm not mostly air. It could be Aquarian energy, but it's air. Top of the deck is the Seven of Swords. Left presiding is the Queen of Swords. And I'm going to slide this back in here. This is interesting. Why did I almost think y'all were Aquarius? Maybe it's because all these stars coming out. Literally every single deck so far, the star has made an appearance. I'm just like, what is going on with y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Hey. I was going to do some work today, but my mouse decided to run away, so I guess I'll take another rest day, and then I'll do my work, and I'll be looking for my mouse as well. What is that? Are y'all afraid of mice? Because I just said my mouse ran away, and then I get hit with, not like a wave of anxiety, but definitely hit with some kind of feeling. I'm like, what was that? I ain't felt that in a minute. I was just thinking today about how I haven't felt that in a while, I feel. And boom, there it was for a second. It's gone now. Okay. First card out is the Mother of Swords. Okay, so no more Aquarian energy, followed by the Strength card. So yeah, this is definitely someone having the strength to speak this truth. I feel like with the King of Swords the last time, it's like you wanted to receive the truth. It's like you wanted maybe to express some kind of emotion or whatever, but it didn't seem logical at that time to do it. And now Jupiter's like, okay, well, maybe it's time for you to express the truth instead of receiving the truth from the king and having the strength to say what it is that you want instead of sort of waiting to see if someone else says it. There's that star coming after judgment instead of waiting to see if someone else expresses it to see if it lines up. Maybe what am I looking for? Temperance. Okay. Maybe y'all have had interesting experiences in the past about opening up to people. Oh, there we go. I already saw the card behind it, but y'all didn't. Oh yeah, let me put that down there before I forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So top. No, this is the bottom. I do that every time, don't I? Bottom of, and this is the bottom because if I flipped it over, this would be at the bottom of the deck. The Temperance card will be right here, and then this is the top of the deck. I don't think I've showed anybody else how I do that, but that's why this is the top, 7 of Cups, and then on the bottom, again, we see that 3 of Cups. So 10 of Cups, split between the 7 and the 3. Left at the bottom of the deck is the Sun. Do. So at the bottoms of the decks, we have the Seeker, the Sun, the Queen of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. I feel like I just saw the Queen of Swords. No, because she's right here. No, she came out first in this deck. The Mother of Swords was first. I was like, I feel like I just saw her. Alright, so I'm going to get this timestamp. I'm going to take a picture, and then we're going to get right to this. Take a picture for the thumbnail, baby. It's 606, which is a 66. So Aquarius is going to be like the only one that doesn't have a thumbnail image. It's fine. Let's see. What is this? 16 minutes and 40 seconds. I'll say 16:50. I thought I did it quicker than Capricorn. I guess not. Wow. I have no concept of time. What did I say? 16:50? All right. So let's get into this. Sagittarius. Let's get into this. Sagittarius. So we're going to be starting with Jupiter because that's y'all planet. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's a planet of higher education. It's a planet of good fortune. It's a planet of good spirit and merriment. It's also a planet I guess sort of bucking the system in the means of like, you can't hold me down, you can't tie me down, you ain't gonna hold me back because I'm the planet of expansion. And it's my job to expand beyond that. Broadening horizons. Horizon skies. So here we have this sort of 3 of Cups. Oh, so at the bottom of the deck is the more subconscious influence. At the top of the deck is the more conscious influence. So it could be the space of like, this is how you feel deeply, or this was what's going on under the surface, but this is how it's playing out up top. And then here is sort of the space that you're in, or in the middle, or whatever, right? So over here, it's interesting again, we have the 10 of Cups split between the 3 and the 7. I feel like okay, there's a few different messages. The first message is maybe somebody's wanting a little bit of an open relationship, or maybe something polyamorous or polygamous, because it's like, you know, it's like these 2 birds are together and this bird is like, yeah, we're together, but I want to be able to see other birds. And then so here's this other bird, and it's like they've talked about it before, and here comes this other bird, and maybe this bird is a little nervous, but this is the bird that was like, hey, you know, like, if you don't want to do this, it's cool. I may leave you and find somebody who does want to do this. Maybe not, but it's cool. And then they're like, okay. And so that's the one thing. I think another thing could just be someone who's sort of seeking and desiring community. And so up here it's playing out as up top it's playing out as someone sort of so this may be someone like seeking community and a deepening and an expansion of connection. Like, this could be the energy of a person who has one friend, or who may not have a lot of friends, but they have a lot of whatever. Or it's like they have this friend, but they're seeking like the companionship of a lover. And so there's a desire down here to expand in the realm emotionally, connections. And up here, it's like they're seeking all of these options, trying to sort of get whatever it is that they want. Maybe they're trying to find someone suitable down here. I guess this could also be the space of one bird trying to choose one of these. And they're both like a very like bachelor, bachelorette type of energy. Like this is the bachelor with the sign right there, or the bachelorette, and then those are the potential suitors, right? And so this could be the energy of someone kind of sort of dating around or talking around or having people come into their experience. And it's like, they have all of these options coming, but they're looking for this one. Because all 6 of these are facing the moon, and the moon can be illusions, where there is one that is the true choice, but it's also the only one that's sort of upside down. And so it's kind of sort of the only one off limits when everything else is sort of coming in, right? And it's interesting because I'm seeing these as like moving, like this is one cup moving from the sun to this moon. So it's like do, do, do. And then like the same over here. And then here's this one that isn't moving. And so if these are moving from the sun, it's almost like they're recoiling from this light and going up to the space of darkness. I don't know what that's about, but if you're attracting a lot of suitors that aren't that great for you, then maybe, let's see. With the Hermit, okay, yeah. Then it's like go inside and look at the light that you're exuding, because it's like bug zapper vibes, right? If you turn on the light is what attracts it, and it's like there are some types of light that attract bugs and some types of light that don't. And so maybe if you put a filter on that light to make it like green, like you'll get less bugs that sort of fly at it, and you'll still be able to see. Or maybe like a blue or a pink, you get to decide. But with this being the space of the Jupiter retrograde, it's interesting because Jupiter can be about options, right? Opportunities. And Jupiter in Capricorn would be sextiling Neptune in Pisces. And I think Scorpio is empty right now. So it's a loose sextile. It's not super loose, actually. Let me see. It may be loose, because I believe Mercury or Neptune is at like 20 degrees, and Jupiter maybe like 27 degrees. But anyway, as Jupiter retrogrades, that sextile is going to be getting tighter and tighter. And it's interesting because, Neptune options may not always necessarily be good options. Yeah, Jupiter is 27 degrees and 8 minutes retrograding in Capricorn, and Neptune is 20 degrees in Pisces, not yet retrograding, but I think it will retrograde at some point. But it would move a lot slower than Jupiter does because it moves slower than Jupiter. And so Jupiter is closing in on that sextile with Neptune and Pisces. And I feel like, again, that could be giving you a lot of options and bringing you a lot of options, but they may not necessarily be the best. It's like they're shrouded in illusion. And so they may look good on the outside, but on the inside, they may not be that great. And this is a moment in time for you to to get sort of settled within yourself, Sagittarius. And it's interesting because I feel like I'm feeling a lot of different energies, and I'm almost forgetting who I'm reading for. I'm not, but I almost am. I guess Sagittarius is mutable, so it's understandable. But I feel like there's a space, and again, it's like subconsciously there's this space or a calling for some kind of connection here. And so you're beginning to manifest all these options. But again, with that sextile over to Neptune that's going to be getting tighter and tighter and tighter, it's almost like it may get more and more difficult to tell which options are non-options and which ones aren't. Because when you're this far from Neptune, it's almost like its power is sort of decreasing. It's like if you are in an illusion or if you're in a mirage, it's sort of now starting to get easier to tell what's real and what's fake. But as Jupiter is going backwards, it's going to be getting more difficult to tell what's real and what's fake. And the only light you're going to have is the one that you have inside of you. And this is the awareness and the knowledge and the consciousness that you possess to be able to shine a light on all these cups that come to you by moonlight. It's like, there are these horrors and there are these creatures that look human, in the moonlight, but if you hold a light up to their face, you'll be able to tell that they're like ghouls or whatever. So maybe people coming back from the past. You know, it is a space of Venus retrograde. Now moving over to Saturn, we have the Fool at the bottom and the Seven of Swords up top. Now this could be double Aquarian energy, which is interesting because I got all these star cards that were coming out. I forgot to. So the bottom of the deck for the Wild Unknown is this Sun card. So again, it may be that there's like one option connected to this Sun, but it's like, again, you need to have your own internal light to shine on it, because you got 6 ones coming in that aren't that great. And this is a Scorpionic energy. This is Cancerian. This is Virgo. So with this Virgo square to Sagittarius, it's like it may not necessarily be the easiest thing for you to sort of go inside yourself and to fix things, because I feel like with the philosophical nature of Sagittarius, I feel like it can be really, really, really easy to adopt a mindset, stick with it, and never change it. And it'd be really, really, really easy for a Sagittarius to fall victim to confirmation bias, because you already believe the things that you believe so strongly, right? And so the square is a challenge, and this is definitely your challenge, because it's like something in here isn't quite right, especially with the Seven of Cups up here playing out consciously. It's like something isn't quite right, and there's something that you're not recognizing coming from down here. Or I guess at least if you know the space that you're in when you manifest these things, then you can be aware of it, right? Then at least you know you get what you want. So back to this, we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is all about sort of receiving a truth, right? Recognizing the truth, or speaking a truth. So subconsciously we have this Fool card here. And then consciously we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is all about feeling like you being bamboozled, betrayed, lied to, somebody sneaking around, doing this and doing that, and blah, blah, blah. The Fool card is all about brand new beginnings and brand new journeys. And in the light of its energy, it could be like, you know, ready to take that leap, because you know that you already have everything that you need. You already have everything that you need inside of you to be successful in this endeavor. But in its shadow, it can be preemptive, right? It's like you're taking a leap before you even strap your wings on. And it's like, you know, you don't want to be Icarus. And I believe Icarus is in Aquarius. I think Icarus is like always in Aquarius. Let me check and see real quick, because I guess there was a lot of Aquarian energy. Yeah, Icarus. No. Pallas is in Aquarius. Where's Icarus? Icarus is in Pisces? What? Icarus is in Pisces. I've never seen Icarus in Pisces. So this new moon is actually squaring Icarus in Pisces. I haven't looked too much into the energy of Icarus, but mythologically Icarus was the son of Daedalus, I believe. And he flew too close to the sun with his wax wings, and they melted, and then he plummeted to his death. But now this is in Pisces. So with this new moon, you know, I ain't even gonna get into all that. But Pallas is in 0 degrees Aquarius. So Pallas is conjuncting Saturn right now in Aquarius. And Pallas is the space of Athena. And it's interesting because we have the Queen of Swords here. And Pallas Athena is like the goddess of good war, like of strategy and like battles that need to be fought in order to do whatever. It's kind of sort of more just. And Aries and Mars, they're the god of just like war for the sake of war, you know. But Pallas Athena and Minerva are more of the strategists. And so you have this strategy sort of conjuncting Saturn, and this is Saturn. And so it could be coming into a space. Did it say that Pallas was also retrograde? Yeah, Pallas is also retrograde. So both Pallas is retrograde at 0 degrees. So Pallas is about to slide into Capricorn. Saturn about to slide into Capricorn. Jupiter is at 27 degrees, moving backwards in Capricorn.
The little stuff we got in Aquarius.
Aquarius is emptying right now. Why is everything running out of Aquarius? Mars is already in Pisces. Saturn is about to retrograde back to Capricorn. Pallas is retrograding back to Capricorn. Icarus, who I've always seen in Aquarius, I thought it was Aquarius bound, is now in Pisces. And so it's like, why is everything running from Aquarius? And it's interesting because if you look at this card, you see this sword pointing this way, this sword pointing that way. It's like these people running over there to Pisces, these people running back to Capricorn, and you're gonna have this Five of Swords left in Aquarius. Maybe the space of Aquarius is super contentious right now. Maybe people, I guess it will make sense in these times that people don't necessarily think that any kind of dream or hope can come true because everything is kind of sort of shut down. But there are people out there who are still having babies, people out there who are still getting new jobs, relocating, people out there still buying houses. I see them on my Facebook timeline. I know it's happening. So it's for you to not give up on your dreams. And it looks like you may be dreaming for a lot with all of the star energy coming down. And I would say don't give up on the lights that you still have in the dark. Because I feel like once you give up on whatever you are sort of aiming for, Sagittarius, then that's when you'll truly be lost. And I feel like it would be foolish of you to not continue because you've come this far. Let's see. And then we have the Lovers right here. So shout out to the second major arcana in this space. This is interesting. Saturn retrograde bringing the Lovers. Well, again, if you're wishing for some kind of companionship, it's bringing them back. Now, I mean, going back to this, if you know yourself beyond all of the philosophy and all of the very high level thinking, sort of paradigms, I'm not even going to say programs, I'll say paradigms that you've put on yourself. Like if you've cut through all of that to see towards the truth, then I feel like you have this ability to manifest and to begin a love that is very much so the one for you. But if you ain't done all that, you're manifesting 6 cups from whatever space of darkness that you're in. And that could be shrouded in illusion. And again, we got Neptune in Pisces right now. And we got Mars in Pisces right now. And Icarus is apparently in Pisces. So not only is Neptune in its home of, creating all of these fantasies and illusions, it's creating these illusions that, it's interesting because it's like Neptune is giving you these illusions that are based around, kind of sort of what you truly desire. But if these things came in real life, you'd be like, oh, that's too good to be true, I won't trust it. But since Neptune is doing it, then you're like, that's too good to be true, but it's right here, so it must be real. Then you got Mars in Pisces, which is all about acting on it. So, I don't know, maybe if Mars was in an air sign, it would, if Mars was back in Aquarius and Neptune is in Pisces, then Mars would be like, hold up, wait, that don't make sense. But now Mars is in Pisces, so Mars is lost in the shroud. Icarus is in Pisces. And so, it's like Neptune is casting this shroud on Icarus where it don't even think it's flying towards the sun because, it's thinking that it learned its lesson the last time. And it's thinking it's flying towards whatever, but what it's actually flying towards is the sun, so its wings are going to melt again and it's going to plummet back down to Earth. But it's like the mist and the fog from Neptune is so dense that it's blocking out the sunlight. So that's why Icarus is like, it's in a space of like, oh, I'm not that fool anymore. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to fall for the things I fell for. Again, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But Neptune is almost in the back sort of playing this game. And if you aren't connected to yourself, you're not going to have this internal light in the shroud of this Neptunian fog illusion. If you don't have this, you're going to get a bunch of these thinking that one of these is this. Can you even see what I'm pointing to? Nah. You're going to be manifesting 6 of these, thinking that one of these is this. But if you're in the space of the Neptune shroud fog illusion, you're never going to get this. That's why it's important for you with this Hermit card to be so in touch and in tune with yourself, because I feel like you do, again, have this opportunity to manifest something truly for you, but it's not going to come easy. And this is going to be related to the space of your karma, because this love is coming out in the deck of Saturn, and Saturn is all about karma. Are you going to continue to make the choices and decisions that you made in the past? Are you going to continue to fall into the old patterns of habit? Because if you are, I can almost guarantee you're going to fall for something that isn't what's actually for you, and you're going to pass up on the thing that is. And you got the Seven of Cups right here, followed by the Seven of Swords right there. And then we're moving into Venus, and you got the Four of Cups up top. But the stars on the bottom, it's like you're hoping and you're wishing and you're wanting something real, but you're still, I don't know, it's like you sort of sitting back here chilling, maxing and relaxing and shooting some b-ball outside the school, when a couple of guys is coming up to you like, hey, did you finish that assignment, bruh? You know it's like due tomorrow, right? And you're like, bruh, like, can you leave me alone? I'm chilling and maxing and relaxing and shooting some b-ball outside of the school. I'm outside of the school. I leave the schoolwork inside school. And they're like, okay, but if you don't do your homework, you're going to fail. And you're like, what part of outside of the school don't you understand? And then they're like, okay, all right, well, we'll just let you do whatever. It's your life. But you're wishing and hoping for whatever this is. Sitting in the space of the middle of this Venus retrograde is the Eight of Cups. Somebody about to walk up those MC Escher stairs, and they're going to be lost for a good minute. And again, I feel like that's just validating everything I was just saying. If you haven't yet walked away from all of the things that you needed to walk away from, I feel like you're sort of in this space where you feel like you've made some distance, because this Seven of Swords is coming after the Six of Swords. But it's like you haven't put enough distance in the places and spaces that actually matter. Because it's like you're still looking for this light, whatever this light is. And without this light, again, you're not going to be able to expose the ghouls from the good guys. You're not going to be able to expose the gremlins and goblins from the gentlemen, you know? And so I guess in all of your wishing and in all of your wanting, it's just make sure, I mean, I feel like there's a danger to settle here. And it's like, don't do that, because if you settle here, you're going to be robbing yourself of actual opportunities that you actually like. And that's the Seven of Swords sort of playing out consciously. It's because with this Fool, I feel like you're not giving yourself the fresh new start that you deserve. Because here consciously is sort of like this desire for connection. And then over here subconsciously in the space of Saturn is a desire for a new start. But if you're going for a new start, it's like you have to do things in a new way. If you start all over from the beginning, if you have a blank canvas and you paint the same thing, you're going to get the same thing. It doesn't matter how many times you blank the canvas. If you keep painting the same thing, it's going to come out the same. And it's like you're hoping and you're wishing for something better, but I feel like Sagittarius, this is kind of sort of a little dark, but it's like, you know, you're still stuck in the depths of this ocean, reaching towards, you know, the reflection of whatever that is on the surface of the water. But look, I mean, you see how dark it is where you actually are. It's time for movement, and it's time to just stop wishing for something. Like, what are you doing to get it? Because up here, they say you're just chilling, waiting for your Prince Charming to come and save you. And it's like, that ain't how real life works. That's a fairy tale, sweetie. In the real world, you got to begin to liberate yourself. It's like you at least got to send out a smoke signal or put up a flare so he can find you. He ain't going to find you if you chilling in the house, ain't even putting nothing out, right? This Eight of Cups, it requires movement. Now over here in the space of the Pluto retrograde, subconsciously, again, we have this Knight of Cups. We got the Three of Cups, the Fool, the Star, and the Knight of Cups, the Shining Dew. You know, this is interesting because the Knight of Cups is all about, it's that sort of the, not a messenger or an emissary, but it's a, what would you call it? What would you call it? What would you call it? I can look it up real quick, but it's the Knight. You know? It's the Knight. It's someone who's come, like, you have this Queen up here. So consciously, you may be a little bit guarded in the space of your sort of financial, or you may have been experiencing lots of financial burden. And like the queen is the shield, the knight is like the person of action who comes, swoops in, maybe giving you a message, maybe fighting a little bit, maybe he'll rescue you, or you want to be rescued. Maybe this is just again at the bottom of space of you wanting to be rescued, or maybe not rescued, but you wanting something from this Knight of Cups when it comes to emotions, when it comes to connection, when it comes to spirit, or just with people. But it says up here that you're really guarded for some reason. Excuse me. Or you're being guarded for some reason. And with this Pluto, let's see what's here. The Page of Wands, the stronghold of the flames. You got a knight, a page, and a queen. All of different suits, by the way. And I'm going to we'll take this card right here. Y'all can see I didn't see what it is. The Five of Cups. So this Page of Wands is asking you, telling you to move away, walk away from whatever it is that you're sort of stuck in. And again, at the bottom of the deck is the Seeker. But only one of those roses have blossomed. The other two are still rosebuds. And it's like, I feel like it requires more personal growth on your part. And this is going to be personal growth by you walking away. And so you may experience growth in this situation by refusing to settle in whatever area this is, by refusing whatever these offers are that aren't for you. And I feel like what's going to be most important again is sort of the mental space that you're in. Because it's like, you can turn something down. It's like, I feel like some people may treat it like a diet, right? It's like, oh, I really want that cake. I really want that cupcake. I really want that cookie. I really want that pizza, but I'm on a diet, so I'm going to refuse it. And you think that since you're refusing it, you're doing good. And it's like, yeah, you are. But, we're not talking about a diet. We're not talking about something physical. We're talking about something spiritual, mental, emotional, and energetic. And so energetically, what you're putting out is, I really want that cake. I really want that cookie. I really want that cupcake. I really want that pizza. I really want that donut. I really want to eat something that ain't a salad. And even though you're sort of refusing all of these things, you're never going to get what you actually want, because you're continuously manifesting things that you don't want. And again, it's like you run this danger of like, okay, well, one of these got to be it. So I'm going to pick one of these, and you pick one, and then it's not the one. I mean, you got the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups. Like, both of these cards are like movement. Even though the Five of Cups isn't depicted as movement, the Five of Cups asks you to walk away from the three that have spilt to claim the two that are upright. And then the Eight of Cups is about leaving everything behind. Or maybe not everything, but old comforts that no longer serve you. It's about leaving them behind. And, I mean, the bottoms of the deck again, the Seeker, the Sun, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Maybe that Two of Pentacles is juggling then. I feel like there were so many stars out because I feel like you're wanting and you're wishing for a lot. And I feel like the danger of the star is that when we wish upon the stars, a lot of times we don't do anything to see those wishes come to fruition. We think that the star itself is going to grant us our wishes, when the star may just be pointing us in the direction in the sky that is then linked to a path along the ground for us to take. It's like, that's what the stars are used for. The North Star is used for guidance. You don't just look at the North Star and then you're automatically taking north. It's like, no, it guides you along the way. You still have to take the movement. You still have to do the actions. And yes, the star could be there to sort of motivate you and to bring that thing closer to you, but the star ain't gonna necessarily just give it to you. You have to go and get it. So that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. It's time for you to go and get it. Like, y'all see, I guess that is the danger though, right? Because Sagittarius is the archer, and maybe it's time to be a little bit more of the warrior. Like, you're always at a distance. You're always shooting for it. always aiming at it, locking on and shooting for it, but never getting up close and personal with it. And I think that's the danger of Sagittarius. And on that Sagittarius, I guess if I talk about the Sagittarius South Node, Gemini North Node, it's like Gemini North Node is asking you to go there, to immerse yourself in it, and to experience firsthand. Where Sagittarius is all about thinking about it, aiming from afar, projecting themselves mentally maybe in that situation, but never going there to validate it. And it's a time of validation, it's a time of experience, and it's a time of immersion. Because a lot of theory is going to be falling away right now. So yeah, that's what I got for you, Saggies. I hope you'll have a good time. I know it was I thought it would be a little better with all the stars coming out. But, I mean, a lot of times when we're wishing on stars, we're asking for an escape. So maybe Sagittarius is just really, really, really wanting to escape right now. Really wanting to escape. And hoping that this Knight of Cups, the shining dew, will whisk them away to wherever it is they want to go.